Let's take a look at the Reverb by Hard Rock Atlanta Downtown. This was such an awesome stay in Atlanta, and let me tell you, it was centralized to so many attractions downtown that this is a must stay if you go. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at it all. The Reverb is nestled on the corner and it has a very small entrance, but it does have where you can valet your car if you're driving your own car, or there is a turnaround right in front of the lobby doors that you can pull up to and walk right into the lobby. The lobby is so modern and so sleek and has such a great smell. You're going to love it. You walk right into the area where the bar is and the lounge area, and also often an open patio area. It also has a small area where you can get your photos taken, which we didn't use, but super cool. The decor is super modern and super sleek. You will definitely love it, and it's definitely worth pictures being taken. The grand patio is open day and night. I think we never saw it closed. You can sit out there in the daytime, or you can enjoy the weather at night where it's fenced in with flashing cool lights, and you have a view of the city and the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is only about a 7-minute walk. We saw this utilized many times while we were staying there. The State Farm Stadium is also nestled only a few minutes walk from there as well, right in front of it. How convenient is that? Inside, you have a fully stocked bar, and let me tell you, the bartenders there are all so super kind, super sweet, and super accommodating. We had them give us stuff even when it wasn't their job to do so. They have the coolest bathrooms, but do be aware the bathrooms are co-ed. Although you don't share a stall, you still share a common area. Something I'd never seen before, but hey, it truly works. You have a full-size door, floor to ceiling, so you do have complete privacy. It is really a neat concept and something I'd never seen before. The bathrooms were very clean, very sleek, very modern, very quiet. Very different because you're sharing, but I also did really like it. In the middle of the lobby, you do have certain little seating areas so you can kind of group people together. You can sit there and have a lunch or dinner, whether you're eating at the bar or you're bringing in food. So I did like that. They do have an area by the check-in station where you can grab some snacks if you want to. The check-in is kind of confusing, but just look for the check-in sign and you'll be able to walk right up and check in. Should you need any kind of extra snacks or something, they do have snacks available, not for the free that you can purchase, but they are available. Not a whole lot of medications, so be sure to bring your own medication bag. There's also condiments in case you need them, and fruits, which I think are for the free 99. The coolest decor was getting to see all of the recording equipment that they have there. Nestled among all the seating areas are recording booths, recording stations, conference rooms that are of large sizes that you can look into. It was super neat. I have no idea how you get into them, but we did get to see people utilizing the sound booths while we were there. And they are completely soundproof because we could not hear anything that was being said, but you could see them. So just know, if you go inside, you are on display, but it looks so cool. So if you're an instrument player or you love to sing, this might be just the right thing for you. Now you get to the elevators. Right outside of all of the sound booths, there are 3 elevators there, but only 2 were working, unfortunately. As you're standing there, you can see the signs that tell you about the rooftop lounge, which we will look at later, and what floor you're actually on. This is a no smoking property, which has a hefty fee that will get tacked onto your card if you just decide to go against the rules and smoke. This was our floor. We were on the 8th floor, and this is what the outside of the rooms look like. Very sleek, very clean, very modern. 813 was the room we were in. It is a key access to the elevators and to your room. So let's take a look. As you enter the room, you see a very modern, very clean, sleek design. The bathroom is immediately to your right, and there's a full-length mirror immediately to your left. There are push controls right as you walk into the door that will show you where you can put your room on private, you can turn on lights, etc. The bathroom had a nice, very sleek design that was one of my favorite parts of the design of the room. You have your single toilet, your trash can, your mirror, one sink, and you have your walk-in shower. Towels, tissue are all the things that are supposed to come in the room. So that is what you're seeing there. It does have shampoo and conditioner inside of the shower in case you forgot yours. So just know that that is there. It has just your typical small baby shower head with a lot of power though for the water to come out. You do have a shelf in the shower so you can set your own personal things in there, and hooks should you want to hang your towels or your robe from the wall. They do equip you with a small hand lotion and a hand soap in case you didn't bring your own. We happen to bring our own, so we didn't have to use those, but just in case you need them. There's a hand towel, a drying towel, and a couple of extra drying towels. They give you a couple of makeup wipes and a black makeup towel for your face, and then you have your tissue box. The full-length mirror, again, is located right to the left when you walk in. There is no closet, guys. This is the closet right here. It is an iron bar with several hangers for you to hang things from. And then there is a little station there, as you can see, where you can put your suitcase on top and open it up should you need to. We think that this was supposed to be the little refrigerator, but unfortunately, it was not cold at all and didn't seem to work, so we couldn't really tell. We got a double queen size bedroom, and so these are the two queen size beds. This is what the wall decor looked like inside of there. Everything is kind of musically geared, very clean and sleek. Not a whole lot to the room, not a whole lot on the walls. The beds are super cool because as you walk up or past them, it does turn on a little automatic light, which was really good for getting up at nighttime and having to go to the restroom, so you don't turn on the big lights and wake your person up. There's a small table if you want to sit something on there or sit down and eat, and a couch along the city view window. There's a large TV in there that does have a remote that you can flip through. You have a coffee and tea station. Sitting on top of the bar underneath the TV, there is a sound bar there that you could Bluetooth and hook to and play music if you wanted to. We didn't utilize that, so we didn't disturb people, but you are able to use it, and it does have instructions. You have a small trash can underneath, and if you are an unpacker, there's not a whole lot of drawer space, but there are 2 drawers that you could use if you needed to unpack. There is a safe in case you wanted to lock things up, and I think there's instructions for that as well. There's a little ottoman in case you need to prop your feet up tucked underneath. And there is your ice bucket. We never quite found the ice machine though. There's a phone and charging station, so there's a charging pad. And there is a telephone and notepad sitting there beside it. Once again, the lights light up as you walk up to them, and then after a few minutes they go off. So that's super neat and super useful, again, at nighttime if you have a resting partner or a resting baby. Here's a control panel that controls the air conditioner, and then above the beds there are plugs and phone ports that you can plug your cord into to charge your phone if you want to, because there is no nightstand. There were these little lights situated on both sides of each bed for people that are readers or want to be up and once again don't want to have the big lights on. Once again, showing the storage for the closet area. You can hang things up there. There's a little space for shoes if you want to put it. But guys, there is not a lot of drawer space or closet space to unpack things at all. This is the daytime view from the room that we had. It was not facing the Mercedes-Benz station, but rather facing to the side. And there was a lot of construction on that side, so not a whole lot to look at. At nighttime, the view was a little better because you couldn't see all of the construction going on. But it's okay. It was still nice to look out and see and get the sunlight coming into the window for sure. This is what it looked like at night, where just the lights were on and you couldn't see all of the construction. You have a lot of shelf room above your bed, and once again, you do have a plug in case you want to plug in a heating pad or a sound machine or anything of the sort, or charge your phone up. There's also a panel above your bed where you can set the mood in your room and change the light color up there. If you want to, you can also control the lights in the room from that same keypad as well. You are given coffee and tea in case you want to make either one. You also have a plug and more ports over by the charging station in case you wanted to plug more things in there, but I will tell you that because it's set so deep off in there, it's kind of hard to plug in bigger plugs in that area, but there are a lot of wall plugs as well. You do get a pretty big clear TV that you can watch, which is really nice as well. The rooftop lounge is on the 11th floor. It does not say rooftop, so beware, it's on the 11th floor, and it's only open certain days and certain times. We couldn't get in, but this is kind of what it looks like through the window, and I think the view is about the same view as you were seeing from our room because it faces the same direction. So if you are a party animal and don't really want to have to go out, I think it was pretty busy. You can get dressed up and head up there. Now let's talk about the issues. The elevators. Guys, they were so annoying and a bit confusing. Only 2 of the elevators were working out of the 3, which means you had to wait forever to get up and down from the hotel to the first floor or to your room. It took forever. It was always busy. And sometimes you have to scan your key to move the elevator, and sometimes you could just press it. You never knew what to expect. This little thing that we pointed out in the beginning, I think is supposed to be the fridge, and it might as well not even been there. There's no coolness, no coldness, no anything coming from it at all. These little book lights or night lights that we found, we couldn't figure out how to turn those things on for anything. Maybe they twist, I don't know, but I didn't want to break anything, so we didn't keep messing with them. But I would have thought that the panel above them that worked all the other lights would have worked them too, and we could not figure them out. Let's talk about the door to the room. This door seemed like a trap. Now, you know, most doors in a hotel close, and they usually close pretty hard and by themselves. Well, this door only closed and stopped before it ever even got close to the latch. If we weren't paying attention, our room would have been open so many times. You have to actually reach and pull the door closed and check it and make sure that it's actually closed. And that could have been a simple disaster for anybody who has a lot of goodies in their room. So do make sure that you check that your door is closed before you walk off, because otherwise you might come back and have a little surprise and things are missing. Also, the peephole on the door. It is a very clear peephole, and we could see very clearly in and out of it. And the little latch does not close or stay closed. So we had to stuff a little Kleenex inside of it to keep people from being able to see in or out of it. I don't know that anyone would do that, but you never know people too well. And when people are drinking, anything's possible. So that was kind of a nice surprise to see and notice as you're sitting in the bed looking around the room. As far as the bathroom, there were a couple of things. The toilet seat was, it doesn't look like it, but completely to the right. So when you sat down, you could feel the cold, yucky feeling of the actual base of the toilet most of the time. And the door to the bathroom just would not stay closed to save our lives. It was the most frustrating thing, because who wants to be in the restroom using the restroom and, you know, everybody outside knows what's going on. We had to actually have someone on the outside prop something up against it to keep it closed or hold it closed, because as soon as you close it, it would kind of snake its way back open over and over and over. So that was pretty frustrating, as well as when we got in there, there was not enough tissue. It was half of a roll on the tissue holder, and there was like one of every single towel except for the drying towels, but there were 2 people in the room for several days. So that was kind of frustrating, and we tried to call and get more towels, but when you press to get an operator, it just kept looping us back to the automated system over and over and over. So we ended up having to put all of our clothes back on, go all the way downstairs to try to get more towels and more tissue, of which they had run out of. We could see people walking away with them saying the same thing. Yeah, we didn't have any either. So that was pretty frustrating, because who wants to run out of tissue, which we did, and ended up having to use Kleenex for most of the night till the next day. So that was pretty frustrating for sure. Last but not least, the stains on the bed. I don't know if they were just permanent stains or if that meant that maybe the linen wasn't completely clean or hadn't been changed at all. But there were a couple of brown stains on my sheets that were definitely worth questioning and confusing. But when you're so tired and you can't even get anyone on the phone, we knew we weren't going to get that resolved. Well, guys, that is the end of my review for Reverb Hard Rock Downtown Atlanta Hotel. This was our first stay. I think the hotel is not very old. I do think they could have done a little bit better with the cleanliness of the feel of the room and just making sure that things were working properly in the room. But overall, I will say the staff and their friendliness is phenomenal. The night manager is so kind and so friendly and as accommodating as he can be, for sure. We really loved seeing him and being greeted by him and his help. There are places to eat around there on the outside, which we'll show you in our next video. But thanks for joining us on this tour of the Reverb by Hard Rock Atlanta Downtown. If nothing else, this place is centrally located to where you can get anywhere within minutes by Uber and it won't cost you a fortune. It's definitely worth a try, and I hope that you have a great experience if you try it as well. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.